played for Joe Paterno.
Meeting like the myth, the legend kind of thing. You know what I mean? You have your Joe Paternos, your Bobby Bowdens, your Nick Sabans, Les Miles, those kind of guys. And when you see them in person, you're like, man, it's just like an aura that they have.
But runs down the floor, and then I think he either got a dunk or like an and one coming off maybe like a pick and roll or something. But it was awesome to see like how he's really maturing and completing it as a player.
Obviously doesn't have the accolades that Tom Brady does, but we're pretty much getting a Tom Brady, when he went to the Bucs. That's what's happening. We're getting a guy who's at the end of his career.
Attitude with ever. I mean, dude, we thought Big Ben was a diva. There is no one probably in this NFL world that you can think of that would probably match what Aaron Rodgers brings when it comes to being a diva.
You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. Mark covers all things Penn State football and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as anything related to the sports and fitness world. Tune in weekly to listen to a couple of dedicated fans talk about these topics without filters. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
My bad. Now I'm on. Welcome back into another episode of the Mark Lesko Podcast. By myself today, Daily Show. Just going to cover a couple stories. NFL draft round 1. Steelers got pretty lucky. Penn State did pretty well. So it's just going to be a quick episode. But Cam Ward goes 1. Yeah, I have it pulled up here. So Cam Ward goes 1. I think that's a mistake. I don't think there's a quarterback in this draft that should really go first round. I think they should wait until next year. So the Titans take Cam Ward. We'll see how that works out. I don't think it'll work out well at all. Will Levis is pretty bad. Former Penn State guy. It is what it is. Jags trade up, get Travis Hunter. Good move. Pretty much on their end. I mean, they have a talented team. Much brighter future than the Browns, who had that spot. So they got like Trevor Lawrence. They got Travis Hunter. They've got a pretty solid team. New coach, I think new GM too. That kind of gives them a chance at, getting a guy who they gave up a first rounder for next year. So they basically said that we're getting a first round cornerback this year and a first round receiver. That's what their thought process was. So we'll see. He's going to be exciting to watch. Travis Hunter, I wish him the best, but we'll see, how that kind of plays out. Abdul goes 3 to the Giants. The Giants are a absolutely horrendous franchise. We'll see how he does there. I think he'll do well. They got Kayvon Thibodeau there too. But the Giants as a whole are just an absolute joke. I think next year, who's their quarterback now? Russell Wilson. Yeah, they'll probably have like top 5 pick next year. So maybe they'll be able to get a better quarterback next year. I hope this, again, I've said it a million times. I hope the Steelers get Arch Manning next year or like a Drew Aller. There's a lot of guys potentially coming out of the draft next year, a quarterback that they could get. I have this on in the background, and a lot of names in the second round here that are coming off the board that I don't think anybody really recognizes, mainly. But I'll just start with Penn State. So Abdul goes 3 to the Giants, wearing blue and white again, which is awesome. And then the Browns, the Steelers, as Steelers fans, we really avoided either getting Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter. We really got lucky there. So Mason Graham, great player at defensive tackle. But yeah. He's not a Travis Hunter or a Abdul Carter where we're really, really going to feel his presence, I think. Great player, Mason Graham, but, I think we got a little lucky there. Will Campbell goes to the Pats. Ashton Genty, okay, this guy got taken by the Raiders. He was wearing Crocs at the draft. Honestly, that's one of the most horrendous, not only looking shoes you can wear, but a running back, a franchise running back, is wearing Crocs to the draft. I wouldn't have drafted him just for that. I mean, good Lord. No protection at all on your feet. You're wearing it to the draft. I just thought that was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. And my first question is like, bro, why are you wearing Crocs to the draft? You're supposed to be a franchise running back. And you're wearing Crocs to the draft. I just thought that was interesting. But Jets take a tackle. McMillan goes top 10, which is kind of surprising, considering he said he doesn't watch film. Williams goes to the Niners. Good fit for them. Kenneth Grant goes to the Dolphins from Michigan. Tyler Warren, again, will wear blue and white in the NFL. Good for him. 14 to the Colts. Jalen Walker, edge, goes to the Falcons. Overall, it's a pretty good first round. I mean, I was hoping the Steelers would get Ibuka, but I guess that's not what they really wanted. So, wide receiver, Ohio State. Ibuka goes to the Bucs. Good for them. They got basically their franchise guy in Baker Mayfield, and then they got Godwin. They got Ibuka. And then, man, why can't I remember his name? The best receiver they got. Mike Evans. So they're good there. We take Derek Harmon, Jared, and Brett. They did a draft show last night. I was not able to be on, but they did a draft show last night. And Jared predicted that they would take Derek Harmon from Oregon if they didn't take the couple other D tackles that went before that. So we'll see. The Steelers don't have a quarterback. Absolutely horrendous planning on the ownership and the head coach. The ownership has run this franchise into the ground. Mike Tomlin is a clown, and they don't have a quarterback after they signed DK Metcalf. Makes no sense whatsoever. Hopefully they get Aaron Rodgers. If they don't, Mason Rudolph is going to suck totally, and we're maybe have a winning season. We'll see. But hopefully, if they keep Mason Rudolph as a quarterback, we get like a top 5 pick next year, and then we try to get Arch Manning or a franchise quarterback next year. So the good news with taking this guy is that we didn't take a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders, who is horrible and still hasn't been drafted. I don't think as of now. But the Steelers are an absolute joke of a franchise right now, and they don't deserve to win. They need a quarterback. They don't have one. Mason Rudolph will not ever in the history of mankind win us a Super Bowl. But they went and signed him anyway after they got DK Metcalf. Makes absolutely no sense. But Shedeur Sanders was not the answer either. There's no good. You should not draft a quarterback in this draft if you're trying to lead your franchise. The Titans probably be the first pick next year, so we'll see how it works out. But Derek Harmon probably be a good player, but a defensive tackle in the first round isn't going to win us the Super Bowl. So, the Steelers, there's certain franchises, right? I forget his name off of NFL Network, but he said there's franchises that they don't win season. They don't win games. They don't win playoff games. They win Super Bowls. We're the presidents of that club. The presidents of the Super Bowl winning club. The Steelers are. We have the most rings of any team in the NFL. I think we're tied with the Patriots. A little different with them because they had a big run there with Tom Brady, but we are not that anymore. We are an absolute joke of a franchise. Mike Tomlin has run us into the ground. He is a absolute clown. Like, oh my God, it's crazy that we're even in this position now. But he has pretty much ruined the Steelers. So Matthew Golden goes to the Packers. Jackson Dart goes to the Giants. They trade up. That was totally unnecessary, but they did it anyway. Round 2, really the only guy, honestly, that I can think of that the Steelers kind of got unlucky with coming in their division is Quinshon Judkins coming into Cleveland. I think they got he could be a problem for the Steelers in our division. But Travion Henderson goes to the Pats. Luther Burden goes to the Bears. Now imagine if the Bears took Tyler Warren instead of Loveland or whatever his name is. They would have had Tyler Warren and Luther Burden. That would have been insane. Why they didn't take Tyler Warren, I don't know, but I wish nothing but the worst for the Bears. I hope that they lose every game, every single season from now on. Because why you would pass on a Tyler Warren type of guy who is literally a potential Hall of Fame tight end. I don't get it, but it is what it is. Hopefully him and AR5 match up well. All right. JTT goes to the Colts. I don't know how up to date. Oh, I guess we're in the third round now. Jeez. The Steelers do have a pick in the third round. They are, where are they? 83rd. All right. I heard they might trade into the second round with George Pickens. They might trade him to get into the third round. But I guess they did not. Again, not a lot of big names coming off the board here. I guess the Steelers still could get Shedeur Sanders if they want. After Johnny Manziel, after, like, for example, like Johnny Manziel, Christian Ponder, Malik Willis, all these guys that were like first round picks, and then they take them and then they suck or they don't work out. The NFL has learned, man. These coaches have learned, these GMs have learned. It's not hype, man. Hype is not going to put bread on the table. So, at the end of the day, like, you got to take the guys who are best, that are going to lead your franchise. Like, Shedeur Sanders is not that guy. And they retired their jerseys. Like, that's one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life. Travis Hunter, I get it, but you got to wait, man. You got to wait like 15 years to retire his jersey. You don't have to do it now. Shedeur Sanders, are you kidding me? They retired his jersey. Don't think he won a bowl game, 13-12 record. Did not much there. So, yeah. But haven't seen, I don't think, any Penn State guys go in the second round or thus far. But at the end of the day, man, Penn State did good. 2 guys in the top 15. That's great. That's great. Good to see. Good recruiting it's kind of recruiting, but good publicity for us. And then, like, we just got a 5-star receiver from the 26 class, I think. Said, hey, he saw us in the playoff games. We said this on this podcast a million times. Make the top 4 in the playoffs, so it's good for recruiting and to win a national title. Make the top 4. They actually did that this year. They made the top 4, even though the playoff was 12 teams. And the thing is, if they just did top 4 again this year, Ohio State wouldn't have even gotten in, which would have made that Michigan win even more satisfying, which was a fantastic day. One of the best days of my life, watching Michigan beat Ohio State. Because Ohio State is an absolute disgrace. Their fan base is absolutely horrendous. But so we'll see how it goes going forward. Kevin Winston Jr., I mean, you have a lot of guys who could go here soon. So we'll see how it plays out. But that's pretty much it for the NFL draft side. Spring game is tomorrow. I think Brett and I are going to do an episode before the game. I don't know if I'm going to go yet. We'll see. But, it's supposed to rain, I guess. And it's always like terrible weather for the spring game at Penn State. Like it's either raining or it's cold. But I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I might not go. It sucks that it's not on TV, but, post-game wise, I think we'll be able to get like a breakdown on the ESPN or whatever of the stats and all that stuff. But, honestly, most of the time it's just not worth going to. Unless you're there, you're tailgating, whatever. It's just not worth going to because you're not really watching much anyway, as it is. So spring games, unfortunately, are kind of like null at this point. So, but good day for Penn State. Good day for the Steelers, really, as a Steelers fan. I haven't really gotten anybody in our division that we need to worry about. So, but round one. Again, Ashton Genty wearing Crocs. That is one of the absolute dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire life. I would, if I called him, I'd be like, dude, why are you wearing Crocs? You have no support on your feet. You're supposed to be a franchise running back, and you are wearing Crocs at the draft. Not only does that look stupid, but there's no support there. I don't get it. But, all right, yeah. Let me see. Bengals, Shamir Stewart, edge, Texas A&M. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's, again, a home run draft pick here, apparently. We're going to the Super Bowl now with this draft pick this year. And I'll say this too. Our first round pick last year, I can't pronounce his name right. I don't want to say it wrong. We didn't get to see him play all year pretty much. So our first round pick from 24 hasn't even played yet. So this year we can see our first round pick from 24 and our first round pick from 25 both play. That would be pretty cool because Tafanu, I think is his name. I think he'll be a very solid player for the Steelers. But, pretty much overall, man, we got away with Malachi Starks. He'll be good, but Steelers-wise, we really got away with some stuff. We could have had some really, we were looking at either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter playing for the Browns. Man, like that would suck having either of those guys. Travis Hunter, I think we would have been fine if he was in our division, but Abdul Carter, that dude is something else, man. I mean, we'll see how the rest of the day plays out. It's going to be exciting. But overall, pretty good day for Steelers fans and Penn State fans. Yeah. Penn State is 6th as of before this draft, all time in draft picks by school. Some new features in EA Football 26. We'll talk about that in the future, most likely. But the Steelers draft, I saw this thing. The Steelers draft a Hall of Famer every 5.12 years. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Mike Patrick passed away. He's called a few Penn State games. Legend. Liked him a lot. But, until next time, guys, that's pretty much it for today. So watch the rest of the draft. Enjoy it. Have a safe weekend. If you go to the spring game, be safe. Have fun. Don't do anything stupid. Don't get arrested, anything like that. Have a good night, guys. We will see you probably tomorrow.